Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to try to be as calm as I possibly can because I want to talk about the James Charles situation, him sending nude pictures or inappropriate pictures to his fan. We need to talk about that because there's something going on there. If you watched Hannah from Smoky Glow's video about power imbalance, yeah, that's it. But I think it goes on beyond that. From what I can tell, because of the fact that James Charles has gained fame or notoriety, can we just call this internet fame, social media star thing, notoriety instead of fame? Because you're not Beyonce, you're not Harry Styles, you're not that, you're just, everybody knows who you are. Because yes, I know notoriety means like notorious kind of thing, but it's different. This is different. Because you're not famous, but you are. And I think because he gained this fame when he was a teenager, when he was 16, can we not forget? I think that's what's going on. The fact that he goes after boys that are around the same age that he was when he gained fame, I think that's why he goes after those kids. Because he's still mentally like 16. True, he's gained fame enough and business sense enough to be a little more mature than 16. But he's not, he's still 16. So he's still going after kids that are around his same age. Which is why these victims that are coming forward every once in a while are 16 to 17-year-old boys at the time of this victimization. James Charles sent inappropriate pictures of himself to a kid. He looks like one of those TikTokers, which is probably where he found James Charles, on TikTok. Because James Charles dances around on TikTok. He doesn't do makeup like Michaela, that Michaela chick, on TikTok. So he's doing something different, which is okay. Yay. No. But where was my point? What is my point? I don't think this guy was his, fit. No. He sent this guy pictures. This guy claimed he was a fan. And James Charles always comes out with this, but he said he loved me. Which, yeah. You ever met a fan of somebody like Demi Lovato? Say, oh, I love you, Demi. I love you, Demi. Does that mean that that person is in love? In love with Demi Lovato? No. They just love Demi's music and her talent and just loves her as a person because she makes them happy. Because she's creating content. Because musicians, actors, and we all were in the other section of media create content as well. It's just not boxed in onto YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. It's the big screen, movie screen. It's TV. It's radio. That's a form of content. That's content. They're creating content. So his excuse of, well, they said they loved me, yeah, because they're fans. Fans love the people that they're fans of. I love Pat Benatar. I'm not in love with Pat Benatar. I don't want to have a romantic sexual relationship with Pat Benatar. It's just that Pat Benatar, and I know you're looking at me like, who the fuck is Pat Benatar? She's a rock chick from the 1980s. Okay, that's how old I am, okay? But as much as I love her music, I love her her very essence, because she's this kind of chick who's very much embodies this kind of rock chick that we had back then. The same with Madonna. I grew up idolizing Madonna, wanting to be Madonna. Madonna, when she first came out, we were all trying to dress like her. We were called Madonna wannabes because we dressed like her. We loved her. We loved her music. So yeah, we would tell her, we love you. That doesn't mean what you think it means. So he's sitting there thinking that this admiration that these people, especially these young boys, which I don't understand. I mean, I get if they wear makeup, they could be fans, but I don't understand how they're fans of him. I was telling you about I love you. How does that equate to I want to be? And he's seeking these kind of things out. He's going out of his way to find these little boys, because they are little boys. They're like the end of their senior year of high school. They're juniors and seniors in high school, but they're still little boys, because remember, in society, we don't consider you an actual full-fledged adult until you're 35. You could be 32, and you could still be considered a young adult at 32. Because you're not considered a full-fledged adult. So yes, they're kids. They're kids. And he is too. He's a kid. He's still a young adult. And apparently he thinks that he can just go off and find this kid, this young man who's straight or bi-curious, and say, oh, I can change you. As if he's like a straight chick who likes bad boys. You ever notice straight chicks? You ever notice we find a bad boy? We like the interactions we have with said bad boy. We like the sex we have with this bad boy. And you ever notice how we always say, but I can change him? That's what he thinks he's doing. He thinks that like chicks that like bad boys, because they think they can change them, and he can change this straight seeming kid into loving him and having a relationship with him, because he's just so fixated on romantic love. I think he thinks that that's what needs to exist in his life, because he doesn't have that yet. He's 21. He doesn't need to have a relationship. And I get he'll say that. I'm 21. I don't have to have a boyfriend. But you want one. But you want one. You're desperate to have one. Which is why you'll go out of your way to hit up these little boys. Because you want something with them. Why? Why them? Why not some 25-year-old men? Because you're attracted to younger men? You're only 21. Yeah, I get it, because I'm attracted to younger men too. But if they were 18 and I'm my age, which is over 45, that would be creepy as hell. I am not attracted to 18-year-olds. I'm attracted to younger men, but not that young, because that's fucking ew. Ew, no, that's too young. If you're old, if I'm old enough to have given birth to you, ew. Ew. So his little excuse was, well, I just like younger men. I just do. Okay, then date a 19-year-old gay kid, but you don't like gay men. But you can't sit there in life and say, I like a specific kind of person, like the chicks that like the bad boys. You can't sit there and just have that just be all you want. You can't have anything else. But that's not going to work. I'm sorry, but it's not. it's just not going to work. Obviously, yes, okay, you like young men. Go after a 19-year-old kid. How many one of your little TikTok friends or any of them that you've met at those COVID parties that you love to go on because of God forbid you don't fucking leave the house? You know, you can't stay home. No, that's not a thing that exists. I have to go out and be seen because that's the point of fame. You know, because that's why they do that, by the way. They don't want to have to stay home because they think that there's some kind of socialite who wants to be on the scene of the nightlife in LA, which no one fucking cares. Nobody's going out into these clubs anyway. You notice how anybody at these parties are all like these little influencer type people? You notice how none of the people that show up to these parties are regular, ordinary 9-to-5 people? You ever notice that? Yeah. He's obviously trying to keep it in the family. He doesn't want someone who's, well, normal, for lack of a better term, who is in college. This kid is 21 years old. He's at the same age as someone who's more or less in their senior year of college. And you notice how he's not going to college parties? Notice how none of his friends that he seems to be friends with are college-age people going for a degree in something? Because these influencer people only hang out with themselves. They only hang out with other influencers. Because in Hollywood, you're only ever exposed to other people in the business. The only people that are not in the business are fans. Yeah, and he wants someone who's not. Because he doesn't understand, or I don't know if he wants to, date someone who's in the same business, for the most part, as him. He doesn't want to date another influencer. He doesn't want to date, like, somebody's manager. No, he wants to date a teenager because he is still mentally, psychologically, somehow still a teenager. He's still a teenager. I'm sorry, but he is. He's acting like it. He's, you know, these people, they gain fame, or this notoriety, but because it's not at the same level as like Tom Holland or Beyonce, who I keep mentioning. It's not that kind of level. They're not A-list celebrities who constantly on red carpet this and in this magazine this week and doing an interview on GMA this week and promoting albums and promoting movies, and they're not. They're just on the internet. So that's how everybody knows them. But not everybody knows them. I'm pretty sure reality is James Charles comes to the supermarket that I work at on Long Island. None of the people there are going to know who he is. None of them over the age of 25, that's for damn sure. You know, well, maybe me. I'm probably going to be the only one looking and go, oh, that's James Charles. Hey, what are you doing here? Are you shopping here? Why are you shopping here? You don't got to, oh, what are you doing here? Because why the hell are celebrities going to come to my little grocery store in my little town? Yeah. But, I mean, you know, people outside of those that are well familiar and are permanent viewers of, like, YouTube and TikTok are not going to know who Noah Beck is. Which is why, if you think about it, they call that Hollywood fix person or whoever those people are on that YouTube channel. They call them and say, yo, I'm going to be at Nobu on Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Come there, take pictures. I'll harass you. I'll yell at you. I'll make your life hell today. You do it, and it'll be fun. You ever notice how they do that? And Hollywood Fix, of course, because they need the views. Because, they're a YouTube channel. Because you notice how there's no Hollywood Fix on the lines at your local grocery store? They don't have a magazine like The Inquirer or Star Magazine. You ever notice that? You ever notice how you look in like People Magazine? There's not going to be an article on Noah Beck did this and Bryce Hall did that. You notice that? They're never on the cover of like The Inquirer or whatever the gossip rags are. You notice that? You ever been to the supermarket in recent months? You ever notice how you don't see fucking Philip DeFranco on the cover of like Star Magazine with some little quip about how he's divorcing his wife and tensions in the DeFranco family and all that stupid bullshit that they make up to sell a cover? But who's on the cover? Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Why? Because they're Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I think it's Sussex. Is it Sussex? Well, there's a Duke and Duchess. Well, they're former Duke and Duchess, which we can discuss that all day. Yeah. I love the royal family, but the allegations of racism and all of that stuff against the royal family that Meghan Markle made in the Oprah video, I'm not surprised. Disappointed, but I'm not surprised. Look, I'm not surprised at anything. I'm not stupid. I know they have to be. Yeah. Obviously. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Think about if you really truly think about it. Yeah. That sucks. It sucks, but yeah, I'm not surprised. So, yeah. You ever notice how you don't see, like, fucking James Charles and Jeffree Star's drama that they had? Drama. That they had on the cover of Star Magazine in your line at the grocery store? You notice how this whole lawsuit between Tati Westbrook and Without a Crystal Ball, or as I like to call it, the lawyer's pissing contest, because apparently it's lawyer against lawyer now. Tati is nowhere to be found in this one now. That's a video in and of itself. But everybody's doing videos on that. Yeah. But you ever notice how that's not on the covers, like in the Inquirer and People Magazine? Like, because they aren't large enough for people outside of those that know them on YouTube and who watch YouTube. They're not large enough for people who don't watch YouTube to know who they are. I'm sorry, So James Charles is sitting there trying to be 16 years old, dating these little kids who claim to be their fans, which I don't think he actually was a fan of James Charles. I think he was more a fan of Lopez brothers, because he looks so much like them. That's another thing. You notice how James Charles is starting to look like the Lopez brothers? Why? Does he think that that's what he's supposed to look like now because it's trendy? Yeah. But, look, I'm losing my voice and I really have nothing else to say. And if you made it this far, do all the YouTube-y things. Like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that stuff. If you want to have a discussion in the comments, yay. That's awesome, because I could use the engagement. But I'll see you when I see you. Bye.